What up, PMPT family? So this next screen is for your hip. The first part of the screen we're gonna do is for hip internal rotation, and the second part is for hip external rotation. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take either a yoga brick or something that measures out to about a little bit over 6 inches. We wanna place it against the wall and then touch our hip to it. This is gonna set the standardized position for us to try and really keep our internal rotation measurement objectifiable. So what you're gonna do is we're gonna lay flat, and then we're gonna raise the leg that we're testing, which is closest to the wall. Our brick is touching our hip. We put the other leg straight, and the goal here is to rotate around that axis and touch the wall. If you could touch the wall without drifting your thigh towards the wall or without hiking your pelvis up to your rib cage, then you did a good test and you actually passed and touched. Now we can make this more interesting for the folks that have the range of motion that we would want for as a standard starting place. We could kind of shift away from the wall a little bit more. Ultimately create a standardized way to test yourself to see improvement over time. And then later on you could test yourself again to see, is my hip range of motion improving? But once again, make sure that you're not letting the knee drift towards the wall, because then that makes it way easier versus if I lock this in and try and touch. So I'm really rotating around a fixed point versus drifting. Now the next part of this screen for the hip is external rotation. So this one, we're gonna use a landmark. We're gonna use your other thigh, mid thigh, as a point of reference. So you're gonna lie flat again. You're gonna raise the leg up, and then you're gonna rotate the thigh without drifting, just like the other test, and see if your heel can get past your thigh and then up into like mid-thigh zone. And then take note of that. This is where filming could come really handy, because then you can have a snapshot of what your range of motion is at that given time. And then when we test later, you can say, oh, look, I improved. My foot goes higher up my thigh now without shifting. So give that a shot, guys. You can even film it and post it on the forum, and then we could give you some critiques or some tips on it. See you guys.